Hi, Cindy, Corey, and Meta. Ted Jackson here. I want to send you a message to celebrate Sherman's life. I think of him a lot. I have been inspired by him over the last 40 years, actually. But I also, in my current work, and I plan into the future to continue to build on his ideas and his efforts. This started for us, many of us in Canada, in the early 80s with the O&O stores. We began to hear stories of what you, Cindy, and Pace and Sherman were doing. And it blew our minds. It just brought to life something that we had been thinking about and writing about. Then again, Crocus, the Crocus Investment Fund, a remarkable fund which positively affected so many businesses in Manitoba, so many workers and owners. And then, of course, his latest leadership effort with the University of Winnipeg Community Renewal Corporation. Its model of the Downtown Commons, its work again with you, Cindy, on diversity food services, its sustainable buildings and community orientation of renewing the campus itself of the University of Winnipeg, all remarkable efforts. I see Sherman in the tradition of the ancient Jewish scholar Maimonides. That scholar talked about several things, many things actually, but one of them was that we have the free will to live a moral life, and we have the free will to improve on how we live our life. And I see that in Sherman's life. It's a tremendous example. The second thing that the scholar said was that helping people, vulnerable people, using finance to become self-reliant is a very important thing to do in our lives. So in so many ways, in so many levels, Sherman was in that tradition. I want to tell you, and I think you know this anyway, that he never stopped. He never stopped being a catalyst, never stopped teaching, never stopped inspiring. And you may remember that we organized with Carleton University in April 2019 a webinar on universities and social infrastructure. And I am going to leave you with a clip of Sherman in that. That was April 2019, so not too long before he passed away. And he continued to be his brilliant, funny, sharp, and disciplined self, all the things we know and love about him. So I leave you with that. I want you to know that we continue his work, and we, in fact, are going to get some things done, and things that he would be proud of. So thanks for sharing him.
There are a range of views about what's the proper role for a university and when you're able to create housing for community, when you're able to create child care spaces for community, when you're able to create access to indoor soccer facility for the downtown immigrant community. I mean, it creates a sense of our university that we are a part of the community, that we are creating a village in the city. We're not just simply saying, yeah, we want this to be student and community, but we want it to be community defined in a particular way, and that you can tell us whether we've succeeded or not. So we, for example, set a bar for the number of employees that come from the Indigenous and New Canadian community. If we don't hit that, while the business might be successful, that would be a failure. Similarly, every package that comes out of every food service center at our university is compostable. Does it all get composted? No way in the world it all gets composted. But by setting a specific metric around that, we sort of assure an expectation and then ultimately a deliverable around that. We don't want to compromise around that, and we don't want to compromise around issues of environmental sustainability. So some of it is fairly absolute because we've set a numerical standard about what it is that we're trying to achieve.